In this video, I'm going to show you how to reuse a wax seal instead of using a new one. Usually the reason a seal like this fails is because the toilet rocks back and forth. So once that problem is solved, you can actually reuse the seal that's there because it's moldable. Scrape off the old seal with a putty knife and get it all cleaned up, and then you can clean it up even further with an old toothbrush and some kerosene. Reshape the wax into the ring size that you need. It's if you've got rubber gloves on, it's pretty easy to work with. These only cost a couple bucks new, but if you can't get to the store, this will work just as well. Now, these studs on ours are very corroded, as you can see, so we are replacing those with new ones. Using pliers, we'll just spin out the old ones. You can definitely see the difference, so it'll be good to replace this. To get the stud out, you're going to need to put two nuts on, lock them together to get the stud out. Use two wrenches to lock them together. Now with one wrench, you will be able to extract the stud. Now we can add in our new studs. We've never had a problem reusing a wax seal like this, but if your studs look like this, that is a problem. You have to replace them. If this gets any thinner, the whole toilet could snap off and go sideways, and you do not want that. Because this floor is uneven, the toilet can rock back and forth. That problem needs to be fixed, and that's what I'm going to show you how to do. We're going to level the bottom of the toilet with a little bit of fine concrete, but I'll show you a way you can do this so that the concrete doesn't stick to the bottom of the toilet. We'll mix up some of this concrete. We'll put a little bit of water in it until it's a thick consistency. Now, whatever you do, when you are rinsing this container out later, do not pour your rinse water down your sink. That's a whole nother problem. You need to make sure and throw your rinse water outside. Or you can just wait until you're done. Whatever's left can harden in the container, and then you'll be able to just crack it out. Dump it out into a plastic bag, and this will protect your toilet and your floor. This concrete is going to stay in the bag so we can shape it and put it underneath the toilet as a shim. We're leaving this in place right here so we can put the toilet down on it, and then once it starts to harden, we can just trim around the edge. When you're putting the toilet down, make sure you put it straight down on those bolts. Now you can smooth this concrete right up into that gap. Then we'll tighten up the bolts on the back that hold the toilet down. This feels nice and stable now, so we're going to push everything in nice and smooth one last time, and then we'll let it harden overnight, and we'll be able to trim off the plastic bag. Use a thin rounded tool to push the concrete in far enough that it won't be visible once the bag is trimmed off. We'll hook up the plumbing and wait for the concrete to set. Now that the concrete has hardened, cut with a knife to trim away that plastic bag, and you want to go in as deep as you can. Now we can pull it away. This toilet does not rock back and forth at all now, and that's what's important. All fixed.